There was one particular technique that Jason alluded to as being particularly powerful towards this goal of achieving the best sounding audio possible. So I'm always talking about how important EQ is. It's like y'all be seeing me say it till I'm blue in the face, but it was good to have a lot of my mixing and mastering theories from the perspective of equalization be confirmed by what he had to say on this particular topic. When they asked him how he creates depth at the insanely and admirably high loudness levels that he's able to get, that he's known for, he revealed this frequency carving secret.
I always tell people you're fighting voltage, you know, you're fighting a mathematical battle to get as much information before 0 dB full scale. So my first, because I didn't do this in the beginning, and there wasn't a need to until Serban took us to Mach 9. And when I realized we had to play at Mach 9, I said to myself, okay, whenever something is hitting at the same time and it's masking and they're in the same frequency range, I'm dipping everything. I'm dipping one's gonna win, one's gonna lose.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's the carve out. It's the like you'll have a bass line, right? And then here comes some roads that are like 300, 400, 500 hertz. And you're saying to yourself, all right, man, this sounds incredible. This sounds amazing.
Right.
But if you simply unmask that crossover point where the two instruments meet, all of a sudden it opens up.
Right.
That's why, like, back in the day, I would walk into, because I was be his assistant for the day, but an Andy Wallace mix.
Okay.
And he'd use nothing but the SSL, and it would always be reducing, and the mix would sound. And then, so me being a audio nerd, sneaking in like, all right, let me take all these EQs out to see what the fuck, because all he did was EQ.
Yeah. Right.
Change the game.
Right.
Because you got to understand, you have all this information, and if this information is masking other instruments, it's like, I didn't even know that instrument was there. It was like, yeah, because the strings was fucking killing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just, example that everyone knows with the bass, it's like if the kick and the bass are hitting at the same, like you'll have something, when drummers will play the kick and the snare at the same time, and they'll hit, and then the bass line will hit, and the vocals hitting, everything's hitting at the same time. So it's like you're not going to see any depth with regards to volume level without helping yourself out.
So this sort of frequency carving magic trick, honestly, is something that I've been trying to learn and master for the better part of like 18 months, honestly. So just in my recent single, Do Anything, it was something that I used to really accentuate my vocals. I would go to every track that wasn't this vocal composite track, and I would add a neutron equalizer that would unmask, because Neutron and Isotope VSTs in general just have this really dope cross-linking functionality where they can read each other's like data and stuff. So what I'm doing is just comparing this melody composite to, say, the vocals. So if we take a listen, it's going to show you that this melody composite is dipping frequencies away from that vocal so that the vocal can sit a little bit better.
Now them shooters at your house, any amount, he a mouse, so we gotta take him out. Nigga broke, filet trout, we got rich by running routes. Keep this shit on fucking lock, like my name was Eddie House. Shout out all my Crips, blue bandana on my head.
And just to show you one more spot that I took advantage of this was with the low end. So I just came in and did another neutron equalizer, a little bit more subtle and a little bit more use of the dynamic equalization, because I didn't want to take out too much like mid frequency, and I definitely didn't want to lose some of that tasteful treble from the 808, but I definitely did want to unmask some of that power, because, as Jason was talking about, it's a battle of voltage at the end of the day. It's a game of seeing how much you can get without running out of that voltage. So that's what I did here. So let's take a listen.
Now them shooters at your house, any amount, he a mouse, so we gotta take him out. Nigga broke, filet trout, we got rich by running routes. Keep this shit on fucking lock, like my name was Eddie House. Shout out all my...
So that's actually not just the 808, it's the entire tonal composite, because I did have this kind of like low mid sub bass kind of going on along with the 808 to fill up frequencies. Not for that purpose, honestly, because it just sounded nice. And that goes into what Jason was talking about with that first point, and shows how it blends with this more technical point. It shows that like creativity and the technicals have a lot to do with coming together to help you get something that sounds really really good. By the way, check out the single. It's linked down in the description below, please. By the way, if you want to learn for free like my exact vocal mixing workflows, consider joining my newsletter because I'm going to be sharing a lot of that there. A lot of behind the scenes for stuff that I'm working on for my own catalog, but also the stuff that I work on for other people as well. I'm going to start sharing a lot of that on the newsletter. We also have a really nice community and it comes with a bunch of other dope stuff. So check it out in the first link in the description if you're interested.